I mean, I'm sure something like this project wouldn't historically have happened from Software. I'm sure the Nintendo
What's up?
exclusivity deal
Um,
that just
I
couldn't
hopefully I'm not
sell
reading
for
this
more than tens
correctly,
of millions
but
of dollars
Steam
anymore.
games get
Most
erased
owners
because of
don't.
Visa and
I'm sure they'll have to
Mastercard
resubmit
censorship.
a good amount to allow it to happen. But
What?
it's still just exclusive
What
content
is
like
going
this
on,
is
guys?
kind of a bummer.
Good morning.
Because hey,
I'm just
we could
waking up,
probably do
so
a
excuse
gaming
me
experience, but it's otherwise
if I sound
probably
tired, but I have to do this
and this
video.
is
Steam
why
is
it
now
happens in the
taking
context of
down
the industry.
games
I
that
understand
violate
Nintendo loves
payment
it because then they get
processor
to sell a
guidelines.
lot of extra content
This
Oh,
is the
and
big
do a
elephant
lot of
in the
Nintendo
room.
online
The
members.
real lock on
But
censorship
still, at the end
comes
of the day,
from
it's just
who
frustrating
controls
because there's a lot of
payments.
people who just want
There's
the
just a
one game.
handful of companies, Visa,
But
MasterCard,
for
PayPal,
hundreds and
etc.,
hundreds of dollars,
that are
it's
basically
bad.
legislating via monopoly control.
It's too bad.
This has been
It's like
used
you
against
already
2A
spent 500
companies
bucks
as
on
well.
a current gen
While some
console
content
like
is
PS5,
certainly disagreeable,
and then you get
companies
a
should
monopoly
not
on
be
just
dictating this to the
games.
rest of the world.
no, they shouldn't.
This effectively makes
We'll
them
see next year. We're
governments
gonna see what they
without
get, and
process or
you know,
representation, which
we'll see what
honestly
this other
could not
project
have
is.
said it better myself.
I
Banger,
would
banger.
Dude,
just
have they
for
already
people who
started
haven't
pulling down
exclusively
games,
exclusively
man?
wanted
Like,
like Dark Souls 4
what is
or
going on?
Elden Ring 2.
Did the
I
woke
doubt that that's what's
infiltrate
happening because
Steam?
again, my
I'm
understanding is
scared
that
to
the
look
project
at
who's happening
Steam.
is working
Tweet
on
by
Quest
Grums.
Floods.
And
It's not
basically,
working on
the
this
problem
separate
that we have
project.
right now is governments
So
regulate to make
I would
sure
hope that
a
this other
fair
project's going to
playing
be a little
field
tighter in
and
scope
that there's a
so
free
that
market,
when
quote
it jumps
unquote,
onto the next
even though we always
big
say that while
thing,
we laugh
it
because
can just
there's
get
no
on all
free
the
market.
resources that
But
it
it
needs.
allows the transactions of
Yeah,
goods with
it's
people
very interesting.
and
I
it
mean, it
kind of
tends to be the
sets the
truth.
laws. And many of the
It tends to
laws,
be
especially like
absolutely
in
true
America,
that they've
are
managed to
governed by the
juggle
people
all of
for the
these
people
projects at the same
and
time.
they allow things that
Good
people
on them.
decide
So
together.
we'll
Now
see.
we have a
We'll see.
situation where
As we learned earlier
private
this year,
companies
never underestimate
have
From
grown
Software.
so
Never
big
underestimate From
that they
Software.
are
I mean,
bigger than a
you can tell
government.
me when I'm wrong.
They are
We are one of
worldwide,
the 90%
making
of the world.
infinite
So it's not like they
money
grew as much as it did.
and
Um, and
completely
makes
controlling
very rare, but
whatever
still doing
they
it.
want to in
And
the world.
this
And I saw
has worked
Hypnotic.
really
He
well as
says,
well.
I
I
need to
just
read up on this
genuinely don't know
because if
how
true,
many
it's a
people
major Steam
out
L.
there that are big From
It
Software
is a
fans
major
will
Steam
get over that
L,
hurdle of
but at
spending
the same time, and
hundreds
I'm
of
going to get into this,
dollars for a new console
I
so they
think
can play
Gabe
games.
was kind of
Yeah,
between
they'll
a
throw
rock and a
money at
hard
cars and
place
Donkey Kong
with the
Bonanza,
decision
Hmm.
making here
but if
because
you're big into
if you start going down this
consoles,
road
you're probably not
with
playing a lot
these
of games.
companies, it's like
Probably not.
they're like a legalized
Because if you
mafia.
were, you'd already have it.
They
But
can,
I just
Yeah, that's no
it's gonna be
joke,
so
man.
interesting. It's gonna be so interesting. Again, never underestimate FromSoft fans to show up and support.
So whoever
I feel like the
controls the
difference between
payments,
supporting a $30, $40 live service
PayPal,
game
Mastercard,
in the form of Heavy
Visa.
Rain, that's one thing.
What?
Having to buy a
This
dedicated
is
console
crazy,
just
man.
to just own
determine
this game, that's a whole other
whatever
ball
they
game.
want. They can
That
decide
is,
what companies
I mean,
will
in a lot
succeed
of ways,
and
it
which
goes
ones won't
beyond
based off
gaming.
of how they're feeling.
It's just a
And
matter
that
of
is
money.
insane. That is insane
And
how far it's gone. So right here, we
soccer,
got point 15.
not a lot of people
Content that
just
may
have
violate
five,
the rules
six,
and
seven
standards
hundred
set forth by
dollars
Steam's
laying
payment
around for this
processors
project.
and
I,
related card
it's a lot of
networks
money.
and
It's a
banks
lot of money. That's
or
great
internet
money.
network
Really,
providers.
really good.
In
Um,
particular,
but
certain kinds of an adult
In particular, certain kinds
only content. What?
of adult only content. And we have a follow up over
anyway,
here.
that's a separate issue
Niche Gamer
for
saying
another
Steam
day.
updates its rules
We're
to
talking about
comply with payment processor censorship,
but yeah,
purges multiple titles.
Get the
Details
fuck out of here, bro.
how crazy would it be if they actually
I did not want to wake
below.
up to this shit, dude.
Asmongold, payment processor monopolistic censorship
okay.
is one of the biggest unchecked cartels
Cartels.
right now.
Obi-Wan, thank you for
I
the
would
sub
remove
over on Twitch. Thank you.
one of the and just
/DC for the
say
sub.
is the biggest
Thanks for the
unchecked
investment advice.
cartel.
I liquidate
There
my
is no
401k now heavily
biggest.
invested in just about
Sorry,
every single
Regulation
cryptocurrencies market in the market.
is needed to
And
either break up
oh,
these
into the
companies or
queue for the
guarantee a
weekend
degree of
for free
service.
workout.
It's not a free market when every company operates collectively.
there is no
This is
culture.
fucking nuts, bro.
And saying, no, we're going to impact your culture with what our Puritan culture is.
Gamers, we're gonna have to rise up against this shit.
You guys remember that lady
Something, like start a petition or
that
something. This is
those
crazy.
kids?
Saying that we supersede
Oh
you
wait, no,
and we are
this
pushing forth our agenda on you, Japan.
this was the
Which is
girl she
crazy.
thought
They're
had a
forcing
bunch of
Japan
connections.
to adhere to Western standards. That should never happen. And like I said earlier, Savvy said it's worse than you think, and has been going on for a while. Savvy has had multiple threads going in depth on just how deep this.
Savvy? That sounds familiar.
So she made the sandwich in 1990.
I think I've heard of this person before.
Saved it for 10 years because she thought saw the face.
I'm gonna have to find their Twitter.
She sold it on eBay.
We'll do that later, I guess.
To Golden Palace.
Man.
Grums on X. The
Oops.
latest rule stipulating what developers shouldn't publish on Steam, but it appears to have been added sometime in the last couple of months. So what's now banned on the platform? According to Valve, content that, and this is quote unquote, content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by its payment processors and related card networks and banks.
How do they have any say of what games we play, bro? How?
Or internet network providers, which...
You know what Steam needs to do is... Damn, is there a way they could just process the payments themselves without a third party?
I've been talking about the credit card companies the whole time. Internet network providers is just as scary. It's just as scary as credit card companies, which might be where Valve's own decision to err on the side of vagueness was born. Valve, of course, has made headlines recently after a number of controversial sex games appeared on their store, so it's easy enough to imagine banks and similar financial services getting uncomfortable when a platform hits the news for publishing content featuring extreme violence, bleep violence, because it's YouTube, and I need to even censor myself on here with this.
As far as I know, Steam's always had those kinds of games, and you just, if you don't want to see them, there's literally a setting to change that. It's not that difficult, man.
Kind of stuff. This is the world we live in, by the way. Isn't it glorious? And it seems Valve may have become skittish in return. As noted by SteamDB, thanks PC Gamer, it appears the company, which previously said it would allow everything on Steam, unless illegal, which, yeah, obviously, or straight up trolling, has been frantically pulling incest-themed games from its store in recent times. Which, here's the thing, by the way.
Incest-themed games.
I'm all
what
for if it's not illegal, and if it's, like, a game that's put out there, if it's a kink that people are into, if you're not hurting anyone, and if it's not illegal, there's no problem here. Like, have at it. If it's adults only, it's adults only. Let the people with those weird kinks have at it. The games aren't going to sell very well because I'd imagine there's not many people with those kind of kinks. Maybe there are. but when we start drawing lines on, oh, you can't have an incest-themed game.
What next? They're gonna pull that date everything game because it's too kinky or whatever. Who fucking knows with these people, man? Who knows?
You can have.
That's the thing. It's just gonna get worse and worse.
Massive they're working on, and it's pretty raunchy, but it's also like a video game. It's also a video game. It's not just this crazy raunchy game the whole time. And imagine trying to develop a game where games can take 2 to 3 years to make. Indie games might be less, but bigger games might take more time. When you're dealing with a constantly evolving bureaucracy surrounding you, where by the time the game's ready to come out, it might not even be allowed to come out. That's what's crazy to me because of the credit card companies.
Yeah.
It's likely to intensify as they grapple with reality that financial institutions may now be the ultimate arbiters of the ever-changing acceptability on Steam.
This isn't gonna.
If Trump wants to get the attention off the Epstein situation, he could talk about this right away. People would be like, "Whoa, Trump's talking about this." I think people would hear.
He might.
He wants to break up the credit card companies. He wants to break up the cartels of the internet providers and what is being allowed and what's not. I think that would be a good distraction from Epstein, if you're listening, Trump. And some have expressed concern this new authority may start impacting the availability of LGBTQ. There you go. Didn't I just say that earlier?
What the fuck? Some expressed the concern that this new authority may start impacting the availability of LGBTQ content. Buckle up, yeah, man.
As corporations buckle to appease the U.S. government's continuing attack on queer rights, which
I mean,
what?
What? I was just gonna say I don't really buy the. I have like 1 or 2 adult games. I don't even play them. I don't remember buying them, but I know I have a couple. But so it's like I don't care if the games are gone personally, but I think people should be able to play what they want, you know? They're just video games at the end of the day. Am I wrong for thinking that?
What? Where? LGBTQ rights? That's not even a source. That's a random dude on YouTube that says, oh, this is good. The U.S. government is attacking queer rights. No, they're not. Stop saying that. You're lying.
Liars.
Tell me how they're doing it. I'll fight for you if they start doing that. They're not. Stop saying that. That's annoying. Stop. Banks like Visa and Mastercard are now backdoor moral authorities. They are already pressured Patreon, OnlyFans, and others to remove not safe for work content. Now Steam is next.
Yep.
And guess who they'll target first? Queer, transgressive, or unusual games. This is the thing. They're thinking about like a slippery slope. Like right now they're doing like the incest and it's like the crazy weird shit, which again, we are all against this kind of censorship.
Yep.
All in unison. The Guardian, Eurogamer, YouTubers are all looking at this like this is a Steam L. This is a credit card company cartel. This needs to stop. We're all on your side. What the hell are you talking about with they're coming after you? No, they're not. I can understand that you're concerned that they might eventually. Okay, that's fair. But don't say that the U.S. government's continuing attack on queer rights. That's not what's happening. You need a source if you say that. If that eventually does start to happen, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a huge problem.
Let me see. Hold on a second. Dev says, Smash, for the censor-happy right-wingers like Phantom Pulse guys, let's censor the gays is 100% one of their motivations for supporting this. True. I'll agree with that. Valve hasn't yet publicly addressed its new policy, but we've reached out.
All right. Well, whenever they... I probably won't cover this too much, but if Valve addresses this policy, I'm definitely going to cover it more. I'm going to do more, maybe a little bit more digging, see if like games got moved already, but like I said, I'm just waking up. I'm not going to watch the full 60 minutes. I'm going to go take a shit. I got to work at 2, and my daughter's in town this week, so I don't know how much I'm going to be on this weekend. But, I don't know, this is crazy, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about this shit. I definitely think it's bad. If this is happening, this is just the start.